Hi, I'm a Daisy. Sorry for the late upload. I just wanted to come on here because I came across this experiment on a social experiment that was done back in. Sorry, I'm using my laptop. Back in 1964, and it's called Cut Piece. And this woman, this performer Yoko Ono, she went around 3 different countries. And she performed 3 different performances. And she gave the people around her the opportunity to cut off a piece of their clothing. They gave them the option, do you want to cut off a piece of my clothing? If so, here's the scissors, go at it with what you will. Basically, this experiment was to see what people will do. And there were some results. In Japan, people were a lot more like, I'd rather not cut your clothing if that's okay. They kind of just cut more in places that wouldn't, I don't know, expose her private areas. And yeah, so they were a bit more decent with it. But then in America, specifically New York, they didn't hesitate. They just went at it. And well, I believe it started off a little more calm, but then it picked up from there, and by the end of it she was like kind of like holding her body with her hands, because that was like the only part that would be able to cover up. And then the last place was in the UK. There were some that did cut a little bit more and some that didn't, so it was kind of a mix of both. And it just got me questioning, like, do the actions that an individual makes, whether in a group setting or by themselves, does that make them, like, which ones make them a good person or a bad person? And what I mean by that is, say there's this guy, he's in a group setting, it's a mob, he punches someone, not for, what the mob is like fighting for, but more of just like, no one's gonna, arrest me for this, we're a mob, I'm just gonna punch this person for fun, punch this person, and the next day, the same guy is like taking a walk somewhere and he sees like a kid crying or something. He goes out, buys the kid ice cream, and then comes back, gives it to him, and then leaves. It's just like, what choices in a person's life can someone make that'll, define their morale or their intentions? What is their true self? Would you say it's more of like how you are alone or in social settings? Because like, what the people like cutting off her clothes, would they still do that if they were like by themselves? IDK, I don't know. It's not even just in like social settings either. Like, it's not specifically, it's not specifically in like violent like mobs or whatever. It's in like schools, it's in everyday life, it's at work. Say you're like a freshman in your high school and you're changing yourself to try to fit in when you don't have to fit in. That's not something you have to do. You don't have to change your ways just for what other people would like. You can just be yourself. Why don't people do that more? I don't know. I was just curious. Like, what part is the true intentions of an individual? Is it how they are socially or how they are isolated? This is all though. Bye.